Hi, guys. Okay, hold on one second. Hold on, I gotta mute. I don't want to kick me. Sorry about that. How's everybody doing? Hello, let's see here. Davina, Jana, Nani, Jersey, Amanda. My text is really small. Little Miss Sunshine, Crazy Cat, Uber Gal, Kim in Dallas. I know you have been blowing up my mailbox because it's going ding, ding, ding. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's well. So, it is raining something insane here right now. It's crazy. Like, really, really crazy. This is making me look washed out. Is that better? I felt a little too washed out. Excuse me. So, did Molly finally go to bed? I hope. She was live a long time today. So, winter storm warning for us, Buffalo Joe. Where are you at, if you don't mind me asking? So there's, yeah, she does need, she was live a long time today. So, hello, Lana, Uber Girl, Brittany, Buffalo. Oh my God, Buffalo Jill, Lake Erie. I went to Cleveland Clinic probably 5 or 6 years ago, and it was during the winter, and I stayed like right on. Yeah, she was on a mission today, that's for certain. I stayed right on the like the hotel was like right on the lake, and it was the coldest I think I had ever been in my entire life. 43 and so foggy you can barely see 2 feet in front of you here in New Jersey. Yeah, it's just really raining here. My mother-in-law is coming back from out of the country. She'll be here tomorrow. I'm so excited because I haven't seen her in, what is it? 6, 7 months. So, hello. Um, she, my father-in-law died at our house here in, February, this last February, February 18th. He actually died on, Uber Girl, I'm in West Virginia. He actually died on my husband's birthday. And so it's the year is coming up, but she had to go out of the country to take care of all of she had to sell her houses and everything there. Aquarius 63. I used to live in San Antonio. Actually, not. I mean, I lived in San Antonio, but um, I went to a school there, and I took some classes. Not as I didn't really go to college per se there, but I did take some classes at San Antonio College. Um, oh, Lexi, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Um, yeah, it's tough. It's tough anytime, but something to happen on your birthday or anything like that is just tragic. But oh my God, my dad died 36 years ago. That's very funny because not very funny. I don't mean it that way. My father-in-law died on February 18th. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing my mother-in-law. Um, she's such a wonderful person and she helps out a lot and she cooks, which I'm so thankful for. Because I can cook, but I don't like to cook. I just don't like to cook. And she cooks like exotic dishes every day. Like she literally spends at least 3 hours in the kitchen every day, minimum. Like that's what she loves to do. So it's really nice for us at least. So, my puppy died the same day, February 6th. Oh, I'm sorry, Lexi. Um, so in other depressing news, we're going to talk about s- some really tragic stories that are happening now, developing now. Um, February 22nd. Happy early birthday to your grandson, Robin. Um, so we're going to talk about a couple cases today. Um, one is, hey Navy vet, how are you doing? We're going to talk about a case in Virginia, and we're going to talk about two cases in Tennessee. One is a little boy who went missing in Virginia, and we do believe that the father is the suspect. He has been arrested. Um, and I do have an inside source for this case as well. So I'm getting a little bit more info. And we're going to be talking about a little 2-day-old baby and the mother killed. It's very sad. Um, Even the video I just dropped with her earlier, you could hear the reporter, she's like, this is a very hard story, and you could hear her voice just kind of crack a little bit. So it's just been. Question for you guys. Do you think COVID has. Do you think this is the reason more kids are missing? Um, right now? Do you think COVID and the lockdown and just really stressful. Sorry, I need to turn that down. Just really stressful times for the world, for that matter. Um, do you think it's that? Um, and with more stressful times, um, you were. I see you. Yeah. Um, hey, baby girl Jasmine. Hey, to Boston. Um, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Pam. Yeah. Um, I agree with this. Hold on one second. By the way, I fixed my noisy door today. Thank you, WD-40. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I agree, Noble. I agree. Um, with stressful times and harder economic times, poverty comes drugs and stress naturally. The G Lutley is in the house. Hello, Molly. Thank you, Jackie. You were my first super chat. What? Marissa, you said you always, I didn't even know, like, I wasn't even sure if it was enabled. I'm going to write this down. 22 Jackie, yes. Thank you, love. That's very kind. I wasn't even sure it was enabled, to be honest with you, because I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you, Jackie. You're very kind. Um, so yeah, we're going to um, look into these cases a little bit and see about what we can see. Let me see if I can check an email real quick while I'm doing this. Kim. Okay. Gonna open up some of these things. All right. Share. Bear with me. I even got some text messages here that I'll show you guys. Maybe if I can figure out what I'm doing. Boom, boom, boom. I got too many windows open. Oh, I think it's over here. All right. I think it is my mouse. My mouse is going haywire. Maybe it's in the window. All right. Come on, mouse. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Pam. So glad you are doing True Crime and Besties with Molly Golightly. I know you will never do her wrong. You are a match made in heaven. Aw, thank you, Pam. That's really kind. To me, my what I try to strive for in life is to be the the best partner I can be, um, the best parent I can be, and the best friend I can be. And do I fail sometimes? Yes, but I always try to make it right anytime that I, fail. I always try at least. Um, so we got some text messages here. Um, I've got to close some of these windows or I'm gonna lose everything. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to. All right, mouse, guys, I'm so sorry. So we got oh, it's right here. So we have some text messages here, and I'm really trying to get this. If my mouse did not stop working until literally, okay. The missing kid was next door to me. Literally, I had to verify I lived where I lived to even get in my crib yesterday. Not like a baby crib, but like crib as in the house. When I got off, shake my head. I hope they find him safe and sound. I remember him worked in his crib a few times, meaning the father. The father is suspected of this. And we have a comment, kid ain't walk out on his own in 20-degree weather. Crap is definitely touching. Okay. The pops was always weird though. Used to stress not doing work in his crib while he wasn't home. Couple neighbors reported kids crying at late hours in the past. I even heard him snap on the kids one time from outside. No cap. Well, I don't know what no cap means, but was that not showing you guys? Okay, let's see here. So that was a text message. I want to get to the story though and show you this. Here we go. Let me find it here. Okay. It was showing. Okay. Thank you guys for clicking up the thumbs up or down. It all counts, I guess, right? Okay. That's not the one I want. I'm going to do this one. Okay. Now I finally got it. Kim, you're blowing me up. Can you guys see that? You can see that. I wonder if I can kind of enlarge it though. Gotta love these ads. I'm trying to zoom it in a little bit. Okay. This is court records show past allegations against missing child's dad. This guy, I believe, according to some of my sources, that he has been arrested, um, just like recently. So let's check out this video. The source is wavy.com. Search for Cody. A second day of looking anywhere. Okay. Do I need to mute it? Does it echo? Does it echo? I think I have to mute it. There was no sound. There was no sound. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should have kept. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? The last time I kept the mic on, everybody said, oh, God. I'm learning, and I'm learning the hard way. So, yes, but the last 5 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. So what it said, do you guys want to hear it or no? So, it's very.
February is Black History Month, and this year, every Tuesday and Friday, we.
Thank you for telling me. I have too many windows open. Okay, so we will play it, but I'm going to switch back to make sure you can hear it. Learning curve. Thank you. I love you guys too. Let's see if I can do it. Cody Bigsby. Let me make sure. It was kind of choppy earlier. Now let's see here. My internet's running super slow. And I have really fast internet normally.
Right now at 6, the search for Cody. A second day of looking anywhere and everywhere for a 4-year-old boy.
And police say they are not giving up.
Can you
Neither is
hear
the
it?
community, and that includes a lot of questions connected to the case for the boy's parents. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We begin at 6 with time ticking in the search for Cody.
Can you hear it?
We're well into day 2 of this effort, and police say they'll go as long as they have to. Chopper 10 was back above the scene in Hampton, where search parties fanned out even further, not leaving anything out as they look for the 4-year-old. Cody was reported missing mid-morning yesterday.
But now police are questioning the exact timeline of events into Cody's disappearance.
They're also saying that the boy's parents are persons of interest in the case. We have 2 reports tonight, beginning with 10 News 9's Andy Fox in Hampton. Andy talked with family members today.
Yeah, Tom and Anita, we're out here, apartment number 17, officers standing guard, only on 10. We speak with a family trying to make sense of what happened.
Evidence that we have does not completely match the stories that we have received at this point.
As search teams head out looking for 4-year-old Cody Bigsby, Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot says the person of interest in his disappearance are the parents. And the timeline the dad, Corey Bigsby, is giving isn't adding up.
When that was, where he was, who he was with, and what they were doing. That information is extremely important to us, and it's extremely important to the investigation.
Only on 10, Tandalia Butler told us family was not allowed to see her brother Corey, and police tell us he is still talking with police. They are saying that the story is not adding up about what he is telling them. What do you want to say about that?
I wasn't here. My thing is, I know my brother loved his children.
Is there any
When it came to him chastising his children, he was a cream puff. The most he gonna do is raise his voice. He didn't put his hands on the children.
Is there any chance that he did bring harm to Cody?
Not a chance. Not a chance. I don't believe it for a second.
What if it comes out to be that he did?
They're going to have to prove it. Because I know my brother.
Oh my God, Navy vet.
I know my brother, and I know that it's not true.
We are told that Corey remains at the Hampton Police Station. He is still talking with police officers, everything and everyone trying to figure out exactly what happened. In Hampton, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
And that's why now, 10 on your side, John Dowling is live at the Hampton Steam Plant.
And John, we have been through this story before in the Noah Tomlin story, obviously. We're hoping for a different outcome this time around, but what are police saying about the investigation there?
You just said you're only a few steps away from a memorial for Noah Tomlin that's still outside the steam plant here. That's how much this case here. Behind us, there's a number of different police vehicles. It's probably hard to see. There's flashing lights. There's a number of police vehicles searching the facility. I spoke with Hampton Police earlier today who said this is just part of a comprehensive search to bring Cody hopefully back home. They're just searching any and everywhere they can. As you said, Anita, right before, this is the same location 2 years ago where 2-year-old Noah Tomlin unfortunately was found dead. Hopefully a different outcome in this case. But again, we'll have more updates tonight on Wavy News 10 at 10 and 11 as we work to learn more about their search efforts. As again, for the second night in a row, the search efforts are continuing throughout the night as they hopefully will have a good end to this case here with Cody Bigsby. Hopefully we'll bring him home. That's the latest in Hampton tonight. John Dowling, 10 on your side.
Thank you, John. As that search goes on, 10 on your side is looking into the family of Cody Bigsby.
And that includes court documents we found connected to the boy's father and how it could play into the investigation we have before us tonight. And on your side, investigative reporter Julie Millay joins us with that side of the story. Julie.
That's right. According to those court documents, there has been at least one domestic violence incident within the Bigsby family. Now, while digging into those documents today, our investigative team did learn that Cody Bigsby's dad, Corey Bigsby, had an assault complaint against him in 2018.
Make no mistake about it. The information is here. We believe the information is here.
Police said today they believe Cody Bigsby is close to his Hampton home, where he lived with his dad, Corey Bigsby.
We will work as if he's out there waiting for us to find him.
10 on your side's investigative team uncovered court records detailing a past assault allegation against Cody's dad, Corey. Cody's mom filed the complaint in 2018. She told police that during a fight, Corey Bigsby threatened to kill her. She claimed when she went to defend herself, Bigsby bit and choked her. The charges were set aside. An official source says the reason is because the victim, Cody's mom, refused to cooperate and appear in court multiple times. On Tuesday, police are doing door-to-door searches and used dogs to search the woods near Cody's last known whereabouts. They are hoping help from the public can help him find the 4-year-old boy.
We feel strongly that somebody listening can be helpful. We feel very strongly about that.
We did reach out by phone today to several of Cody's relatives, including his mother. Those calls were not immediately returned. Live in Hampton, I'm Julie Blay, 10 on your side.
So many sides for detectives, the public, and the family to sift through tonight. Our coverage of the search for Cody Bigsby continues throughout the night. Full of updates on air, online, and on your phone.
All right, guys. Sorry about my shenanigans. Oh, thank you, Renee Casey. You are very, very kind. I feel like I should pay you guys to put up with me. Thank you, Navy Vet. Thank you so much. Very kind words. Thank you, Pam. Let's see here. Tabitha. Of course, Jackie S. Thank you, guys. And if I missed anyone else. Okay. If I missed anyone else, mods, please let me know, because I don't want to ever miss anyone. So I do have a little bit of an inside. Oh, thank you, Calamity. Yes, I do. I have a like my PayPal and Cash App on the bottom of the screen here. I don't know how to do the links to them though. I think I don't know if probably ICU doesn't have it right now, but thank you, M Noble. You're very kind. Thank you, Shelly. Better late than never, right? I'm late all the time, so don't feel bad. But like I said, I do have a little bit of an insight here. This the father in Virginia here at Hampton Beach. He has been at the police station all day to answer questions and all that. Thank you, Calamity. You're very kind. Very, very kind. Tina, I don't have any membership set up at the moment. Thank you, Wilson Dallas. Brenda, you're very kind. The father has allegedly been arrested. I don't think the news has reported it yet. But he has allegedly been arrested. I can also tell you they are checking a specific area, a body of water. Yeah. And it's really bad. It's really bad. I don't know. That's a good question, Hopi. How do they know the baby is gone? They may. I don't know. One of my sources there. Let me see here. Okay. I was actually reading that wrong. I apologize. So they are checking a body of water there. There was a report that I turn on YouTube and there's another. You're right, Ellie. There is a report that, like I said, they're checking a body of water, and there was allegedly 2 people they saw throw something in the water, like a trunk or something, earlier today. The father was arrested last year on domestic violence. His bond was $2,500. He is still at police headquarters in Hampton. They are staging site on Ranelagh Drive. It's nearly been 72 hours since Cody Bigsby went missing, and crew are trying to find him. I don't understand, guys. Here's the father's previous arrest photo. Oh, thank you, Pepper Truth. So correction on that. The father has not been arrested. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Jade. You are very, very, very kind. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Pamela, thank you so much. You're very kind, guys. I so do not deserve this. I'm still totally learning, and it's a crash course. But that's the way I seem to work my life, it seems. Thank you, Teresa. You are very kind. Thank you so much. Like I said, I feel like I need to give you guys your money back because since when I get mortgage. Oh, you're fine, Nikita, honey. If you listen, it's never ever expected. I really just appreciate you guys being here to check out these kids, and that's what it's about for me. Like it really hurts my heart to see these kids like this. It is very sad, Moon. You're absolutely right. It is, and thank you, Hopi. You're very kind. I want this to be a safe space for everybody. Said my name, haha. Did I say your full name, Nikita? I'm sorry. Thank you, Calamity. Eh, I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you, Pam. You guys are very, very sweet. I've tried to get my husband to watch too, but he's not much of a YouTuber. Well, you know, like a lot of people are not into true crime. They're just not. They find it very depressing, which it is very depressing, but they just feel like some people just feel like there's nothing I can do about it or it's just not for me. And that's what makes the world go around. So, no judgment. But can he lip read? That's funny. Let's see here. So I wanted to talk to you guys about another case today, and then we'll something, like we don't even have cable anymore. We stream everything now because cable just doesn't, if yeah, the Wilson Dallas, and so does mine. He's like, why do you do what you do? And I'm like, because I just can't sit here and watch it. I've got to do something, I've always been a true crime fanatic, really. I will tell you guys about a lot of the reason why I am a true crime fanatic. I don't have any charges or anything. I promise you about that. I'll get to my story one day. Yeah, Lexi, I agree. Canceled your cable. I mean, everything's on demand anymore. So, I just want these cases to be known. Just really sad. And I just want to show you guys another case, and then we'll open up the panel and talk about these cases in summer and everything. Thank you, I think it's in Mexicana. Thank you so much for the, I don't know if it was Cash App or PayPal, but thank you very much. You're very kind. Crystal, you're from Morgantown. Well, that's awesome. I'm a West Virginian myself, a lot more southern West Virginian though. I'm really close to Virginia. So it's nice to see another West Virginian in here. Let's see. Okay. Police missing 2-day infant Kennedy Hoyle is dead. Father suspected in murder. He was arrested. Oh, thank you, Tina. You're very kind. And you are, I'm guessing you're in the UK? Is that right? My sister is in Scotland. She teaches at Glasgow. She's a big smarty. I'm not. I'm just a blonde trying to make a living. I'm just kidding. No, but she loves academics. Yeah. I've been to the UK a few times. Yeah. So, oh, have you been to Glasgow? It's a very nice city. I've been to London. I've been all over the UK. Haven't been for 10 years though. It's been a while since the last time I've been there. But the British are amazing, amazing people. So, let's look at this story. Excuse me. Police suspect missing 2-year-old infant Kennedy Hoyle is dead. Father suspected in murder. Although missing 2-day-old Kennedy Hoyle has not been found, Memphis Police Department said evidence suggests she is dead and her father is suspected. Brandon Isabel, Kennedy's father, was arrested on suspicion of 2 counts of first-degree murder in the perpetration of aggravated kidnapping, especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering and fabricating evidence in connection to the death of her and her mother, Danielle Hoyle. Police said Wednesday evening. Excuse me. Law enforcement agencies were searching the terrain and water in the 800 block of Island Drive in Harbor Town neighborhood on Wednesday afternoon for Kennedy. Memphis police announced around 1:40 Wednesday they detained a man who knew Kennedy and her mother. Kennedy was last seen Tuesday in the area of Sagewick Drive and Levy Road in Memphis. An Amber Alert was issued at 8:45 Wednesday. Look how precious she is. She's a newborn, guys. She made it 9 months and got to experience 48 hours of life. And the mother, brand new mother, experienced 48 hours with her child. Who does this? Kennedy wore a black and white polka dot onesie with pink pants. Kennedy weighs 6 pounds and is 17 inches long. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Preliminary police reports say the infant mother, Danielle, was killed in homicide that occurred February 1. April Campbell, Kennedy's grandmother, said police will not tell them anything until something is definitive. Campbell has been back and forth between Harbor Town and where the scene of where her daughter was killed. I just want my grandbaby. That's all I want. Campbell said tearfully she wants her to come home. She keeps asking where she is. I can't tell her. Campbell's voice shook as she addressed the man suspected of killing and kidnapping. I don't think she's alive. God, I hope she is, but I just can't imagine. God, I pray I'm wrong. You didn't have to hurt her, she said. You didn't want to take care of your child. You didn't want her to be in your life. You should have left her alone. She didn't want her, he didn't want her to have this beautiful baby. She was so excited about it. Terrible. If you have seen Kennedy, call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND, 1-800-TBI-3463. We've heard that number so many times. Or the Memphis Police at area code 901-545-2677. 901-545-2677. We pray for this little baby. God bless it. So, the mother in... Oh, thank you, Navy Bet. You should check a case about a young girl kidnapped years ago from Bowling Green, Kentucky, named Morgan. I'm going to write this down. Morgan, where was it? I will write that. I wrote that down. So I'm going to drop the link. Yes. I just don't understand. The baby is already passed. It was posted an hour ago. Yeah. Kaylee, it's... because she wouldn't have it. Yeah. You're right, Hopi. Yeah. Thank you for putting the trigger warnings in. Hello, Tina.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you, love?
All right, till you see all these on YouTube.
It's very sad, isn't it? Very sad. Is this happening in the UK?
There's only been 2 cases recently, but the strange thing is nobody found out about them until the court cases. They kept it out of the press. And the first I heard of one of them was on Molly's channel.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
Oh,
if you guys can hear my
horrendous.
children, I'm sorry. They're playing their games right now, and they are being very vocal, to say the least.
Oh, bless them.
So, oh, hey, Lori.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
It's good. It's good. It's just depressing. Just very
Have there
depressing.
been any more updates on it?
I'm sorry, what? Can you repeat?
Have there been any more updates on it?
On which case?
On the 2-day baby.
On
the 2.
Yeah, the baby was reported that the baby had passed. It's hard for me to say it even.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, please.
He's got kids. They're going a little crazy, it sounds. I'll be right back.
Bless.
This is crazy, isn't it?
It's been very entertaining with no volume, though.
Huh?
Very entertaining when there was no volume.
Yeah.
I think everybody was waving at the screen.
He's got two little ones. And it sounded like they were giving some noise. That's why he took off.
There's just far too many of these cases, though.
That's exactly it. Way too many of these cases. And now, there's so many places that you can go drop your babies off if you're not ready to be a mom. You can go drop them off at a fire. Here he is. He's coming back.
Absolutely. I agree.
There's no excuse.
Yeah, it's the kids are 8 going on 18.
Yeah. My daughter's that way.
Yeah, I tell you, these games, they can get interesting. But yeah, they're not happy they have to go to bed.
I mean, the good thing about social media is a lot of people find out and more people are involved in searches as well. So,
yes.
I mean, that's like one, well, if you can call it a good thing, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So let me see here. Just a little bit of babies are sad. One second. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really, really sorry.
You're
Somebody
okay.
come up here. Kim, come up here and talk for a minute.
As I was saying, I'm a firefighter paramedic, and we got places where you could just all around the fire stations, not anywhere close to the doors or where there would be cameras, but just a place where you open. It's kind of like a drop box, but safe for the baby. You could just
like a
open it up.
hatch, isn't it? Yeah.
Put the baby in, a bell rings inside, and even if for some reason there's a cop or a firefighter outside, they can't do anything. They take the baby, they wave to you, and that's it. And
it's such a good idea.
Yeah, the baby automatically gets transported via our rescue. We look the baby over, and it goes right to the hospital and adopted out. And so to see this happen time and time again, it's ridiculous. There's something more cynical within the mind. It has to be something.
Yeah, I know my birth mother couldn't look after me. She couldn't cope. But I went into foster care and then adopted.
Yeah.
So, but at least...
Did that work out for you?
It did. I mean, when I turned up after foster care, I was 18 months old and turned up at my adopted parents' home, covered in bruises with my head shaved. And all I would do was toddle and hide in a downstairs cupboard. So I don't know what had gone on, but I mean, my life since then has been an awful lot better. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. But at least she decided that she couldn't cope, but it was when I was in foster care that any damage was done.
Good.
But I mean, that was many years ago now.
Yeah, the worst too. I mean, you hear the kids getting a final second chance, and then you hear things like the Cali boys.
Oh, yeah.
Where, I don't know if you've heard of those, but
yes, yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Calamity. Yes,
Calamity.
The mini U's. What do you expect?
Yeah, Tara, you're right.
Bedtime's
Thank God you don't
the
remember.
hardest.
That's exactly right. Um,
Welcome to the Justice Show.
yeah, this is my life, especially when I'm, here by myself. So it's rough sometimes. What were we talking about? The
Looks like you needed a massage.
yeah. No, I really enjoy it. Like I love being a parent. I just hate it while I'm live. That's always fun for the viewers. Look into Lorena Bible and Ashley Freeman. Where is that out of?
It's nice to see Baby Angel's case being out and about more now as well.
Well, that's the reason that's the reason I started this, because she was virtually getting nothing. And thank you, Pepper for Truth, for being so. You guys are literally the greatest human beings ever. She was getting virtually nothing, no press, no nothing, and I just felt bad. I mean, I live in the same state, and she had, what is it? May she'll be gone a year, right? I didn't even hear about it till recently. And I'm all over the media, right? So
yeah.
Unless I just missed it. Thank you, Roxy. You're very kind. Thank you for the super sticker. I really feel like I need to pay you guys for putting up with me.
They've paid you enough. You've got to dance now.
Yeah. I'm a white boy. Like I like it, so I'll just have to refund it. You would ask me to refund it for that, I promise you. I gotta have a few drinks in me. So which I drink like once a year, like usually around Christmas, and that's about it. Yeah.
I'll have a bottle of something when somebody's locked up soon.
Yeah. Oh, please. We'll be popping champagne for that. I'll tell you, the Summer Wells case, guys, it has aged every one of us, I think. It has been sing for us. Oh my God, no. I mean, I'll sing with Marissa, but I just can't sing on my own.
I can just see you both doing Renee and Renata together.
Yeah. Yes, it's I mean, usually I sing in Dogs Howl. Kind of that kind of thing. But with the Summer Wells case, like Marissa and I, we were talking about going down for Dawn's court date. But like everyone keeps telling us no. You know what I mean? That we shouldn't go. Excuse me. And I feel like they're right in a way. But, curiosity also, I want to go down there. I even thought about talking to Marissa. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not in Poodle. That's exactly what. Do you believe that psychic that had mentioned it in her chat? Poodle, I must have missed that. But yeah, because of COVID, Pepper, you can't go inside, which I wouldn't want to go inside. Hey, Kim, I would want to come on up, Kim. I would want to stay outside, and it would be just literally a sign and no yelling, no screaming, just as silent, maybe with tape over my mouth or something. Because I feel like Summer has been silenced. And I believe her parents have made just a mockery out of everything that they have done. It just feels like, if you would want to get your kids back, I wouldn't be drinking and hitting someone on YouTube almost nightly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would have been fixing up my house faster. And there's just no sense in it. There's no sense. And
Plus, you'd be
anybody,
begging the news stations to report on it more.
I would be begging anybody. I mean, just anybody. I would.
Instead, they have NDAs and no one's allowed on their property.
Yes.
So
You can't talk about anything that's going on that hill.
Right.
Yeah. Ashley Morris Moles. It is stunning how many missing human beings there are in this country, and how many of them are kids, how many that never go unsolved, and every soul deserves justice. Every soul. That's just the way it should be. Unfortunately, that's not the way it is, but that's the way it should be. But going back to that psychic, like talking about Reverend Donna, I would like I said, I'm not really much into psychics, but I feel like if anybody has it, Reverend Donna does. And she mentioned about if anybody wanted to go search, she would she would explain to them. And I thought that would be something.
I'm interested in that.
That's your next mission.
Yeah. So I was going to talk to him, just any updates on Brandon Isabel case. Yeah. I would really like to do that. I think that would be very interesting, actually. How do you feel about it, Lori?
Yeah, I would be interested in doing that. Most definitely, especially if we come to find out the cops did not search that area. And then what I'd want to do is with Donna Serafina's help, I mean, she's already mapped out exactly where it is. Got us like it's over by the Jack's building, it's over by the canal, to see if maybe we could somehow form something closer, or if she can come out and even work with it. And I too am not into psychics, and I'm not into the reading of the cards or anything. But for this, I feel it's
Hey Don, if you just exit out of the
I got it. I'm already. It was me moving my. I had a pack in my hand. It was next to my.
No worries.
I wanted to tell you about that case that I gave you.
Okay.
Okay, that woman. This case and the newborn case is so much alike. So much. The mother's been missing since 2013. She had an affair. Supposedly. The father, because the baby was a few months old when the mother came up missing. And the father took the baby and kept the baby and went down to Florida and said that the mother abandoned the baby so his wife could adopt the baby.
Interesting.
And she's been missing since 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is Florida?
No, Indiana.
Oh,
He
Indiana.
went down to Florida.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, you're still echoing, dear. Do you have the YouTube? You just exit out of the YouTube. Okay, you don't got that open.
No, I don't have it open.
Let me see if I can adjust.
Let me hold on. I had. I hope I didn't have it on my phone. I'll mute myself when I don't talk. You love her.
Let's see.
Justin, can I ask an off-topic question?
You can ask anything you want.
Okay, darling, listen. When it snows where you're at, or when it gets icy, do people put rafts on their car, like pool rafts? Because that's what I've done for the last 25 minutes. Is my neighbor's convincing me to put pool rafts on my windows. I'm like, have you lost your mind?
You
This is not a
get
thing.
yourself in the crap. I want to say some sticky situations, Kim.
I thought it was funny as hell. I was like,
just put some little rubber ducks there.
I told her I was going to steal her raft and zoom down the street on that shit. I've never heard of somebody putting rafts on their windows when it ices over. Have y'all?
No.
Am I the only one that feels retarded here? I'm real sorry.
I mean, I guess is it to keep the ice off or the snow?
Well, my main thing is that why are you telling me to put a pool raft on my? Do you think I'm going to go out and drive in it? Just let it ice. Who cares? But I mean, she had two full size, like you lay down in a pool raft, wanting to put on the front and back of my car and the front and back of my daughter's car.
Really?
I said, you've lost your
Inga
marbles,
says shaving cream helps.
I'm saving that for my legs, thank you.
You're so funny, Kim.
I'm sorry me to be.
I don't know what I mean, I don't know how shaving cream would work.
I live in Florida, so I don't think
I'm so
involved
jealous
in this one.
Well, I mean, Kim lives in Texas. So
where we put rafts on our windows. What in the teetotal hell? I'll take a picture of this woman's car and I'm sending it to you. Both her and her husband have put pool rafts on their car. I think they've lost their mind.
Dial soap helps. Interesting.
That's crazy.
At least everybody will know who it is. They'll go, oh, look, there's Kim with the raft on her car.
At least they don't say, Kim, there's Kim, the one who shits down the road.
Hold on one second.
Gosh. I don't know. People in Texas just aren't used to snow or ice or... I just don't know. I'm not a true Texan. But I kind of
We're lucky in
question
the
this
UK.
shit.
You get snow.
Now, Crystal, what are you supposed to do with dial soap? I can see chat. Hold on.
Just put some good old newspaper on your window screen.
I'd probably read an article for a week after it's done.
So does the storm affect you out there?
I'm sorry, were you speaking to me?
Yeah, sorry, the storm that's supposed to be coming over there, is it just certain areas?
It's actually just hitting like the Midwest.
Right.
Yeah. What was it? Okay. So what do you guys think about the Donald Wells versus Donald Wells right now? Do you guys think not Donald Wells versus Don versus Don? Do you guys think that Don Wells is making the other, like, blaming the other Don because it's convenient for him to blame? Or do you think the other Don could have legitimately did it? What's y'all's opinions on that?
I think he's blaming anybody. I don't think he
Yes.
really thinks it.
Yeah. I mean, he's threw everybody under the bus.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody. I mean, you could talk to him about certain suspects and he would always say, "Yep, I've wondered about them," or, "Scapegoat, walls are closing in." I
Yeah.
agree.
You could make up a name and he'd still say it was that person.
Yeah.
Anything to get the heat off of him.
Yeah.
I'm not the person. See, he did it. She did it. They even had an opportunity to do it.
Do y'all think that, like what Cher was talking about yesterday, do you think it was as explosive as what she was mentioning?
Oh, I forgot that I knew a little bit about that. After I stopped watching Molly, I listened. She didn't come out and say exactly what it was, but basically it was insinuated that they love life a lot more now that they don't have kids.
That they loved what?
They like their life now that they don't have kids.
She was talking about, was it
Tattoo.
Casey Anthony with the tattoo?
Right, Casey Anthony's tattoo. When Kylie went first missing and she went to party and stuff, she got a tattoo and it said something like live.
Life
It
is
was
good
kind of
or
like I'm
something,
free.
wasn't it?
Something I'm free.
A good
live.
life.
Yes.
Good life, right? What mother, the knowing that their baby's gone, would say that on their arm, get a tattoo of that on their arm when the baby's missing. So it was basically the same thing. She said she called TBI. She got a knot in her stomach, and it was as far as evidence, it wouldn't be evidence, but it would be motive. Like their want for the single life again. But I don't know.
They kept asking for a dad's help, didn't they?
What?
That was very weird to me.
We want your daddy to help us.
Yes. Donald and Candace allegedly wanted Cher's dad to help, which Cher's dad, has been in and out of prison, institutionalized for allegedly some really bad crimes.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it really strange that they ask for criminals' help?
Say that again?
I said,
What'd you
don't
say,
you find it odd that they asked for... Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Yes.
Don't you find it odd that they asked for people with criminal past, real, strong criminal past, to help them?
but they won't ask somebody that doesn't have a criminal past. I find that odd. And the reason I find it odd is because sometimes criminals are smart as hell. What are they trying to do? Concoct something? Or just listen to what they have to say to make another story?
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's an interesting point. Summer Memorial Tattoo. Justin, the other Don told y'all to leave. Remember what he said about Jody Sue? That she was ran off. He was on Prayer Garden and said he didn't know her. Actually, I wasn't there when the Dawn came out. This was another day. We had went to Dawn and Candace's literally every day, pretty much, I think so. But I don't remember what he said about Jody Sue. Does anybody recall?
I just remember the encounter when they encountered him on the hill protesting. And what he did is he never mentioned Jody Sue by name, but he said, that blonde pointing over in the direction where her and Andy used to live. Oh yeah, we ran her off. He said she came to my house with bothering us all the time. He said I finally had to pull a gun on her to get her off of the property.
Yeah, I remember that. It was Bullhorn Betty that said, "Do you know anything about Jody Sue?" And that's when he started to make the remark. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he never came up with her name or talked about her. Those films are all on JLRs and everybody has them. Molly has them.
The way Don was talking about his son, Big Don, I'll call him Big Don, he mentioned it was a mistake. That's not a mistake to do that, what he did, and got charged for and will probably go to prison for. This guy he uploaded it. Which means he had to be getting those images somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And distributing them somewhere. So where would you get those images from? You would have to know someone, right?
Yeah.
A P ring.
And they don't take kindly to uploaders or downloaders, but particularly, someone who is uploading them. Because that goes out to the masses.
You have to know what you're doing when you're uploading. That's not a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That shows intent right there.
Correct. And his dad made it sound like he'd just stolen a packet of biscuits or something.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what made me so angry.
I think there's a lot of inconsistencies between his story on the hill versus what he said to PG in the conversation. And that's where it becomes suspicious for me, because you can't stray from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It is what it is every single time. And when you start to add to or take away, that's totally blows you out of the water,
It's like everybody involved. I mean, even Ali, it came out today that she used to let Hunter drink and smoke whenever he wanted to, that the house had rats and snakes. And then when she told Chris McDonough that she'd gone towards the car and she wanted the window open to go and look and give Summer a hug, yet she turned around and said to her friends, "Oh, each and every day it breaks my heart that I didn't move from the patio to go and check that Summer was all right." So people forget what they've said, conveniently.
And that's the truth. These kids didn't have a chance.
No.
Didn't
Never one
have a
time.
chance. Because thank God the 3 boys are away. Because now they can, hopefully get some counseling, work through the trauma and the damage that these kids had to see. I mean, these kids have to see God knows what, and they've probably been through more trauma than a lot of adults.
And that's how the abuse
that goes back to the.
Sorry. The abuse cycle
No, go ahead.
goes and goes on just like this until finally somebody or something stops it. And hopefully they're not too messed up where the abuse cycle can be stopped and they can be helped, because they're pretty much, they say after the age of 6 your brain is formed. And these personality disorders, they develop usually by the time of 6, 7, and they just get worse and worse. And usually by the time of 15, that's where we see the sociopathy coming out.
Yes. And
at least they'll have nice warm beds now.
Yes.
Nice warm beds, nice meals cooked for them. They'll be able to play and enjoy the childhood.
Yeah, and I said the other night, those, Candace, she's not nurturing whatsoever.
No.
She never received nurture. And it's hard to give something you've never had, don't understand the concept of, or if you feel that nurturing or being soft or anything like that is a sign of weakness in a hostile world, you're certainly not going to give it, or accept it, really.
I agree.
So these kids never got to experience that. And I think that's why Summer really loved Robin and anyone that would pay attention to her. Because it was literally the most attention and contact of that nurture that she had probably ever received. And that's really sad that may very well be all that she'll ever receive. Being most likely
Children
gone.
live. Yeah. Children learn what they live.
Yes.
And that's just the way it is.
It's like when you watch the video that Marissa did with the music, just music and pictures. And when it kept showing that gorgeous picture of Summer all the time. And it's just, you look at that smile, them bright eyes, and then you just think that poor, poor girl. It's just heartbreaking. That is one of the most emotional videos I have ever seen. Ever.
It's hard to watch. It's very hard to watch. This is just, I really feel it's just one of those once in a lifetime cases And the reason is, I think it's because of the parents, really. Most parents don't talk to YouTubers, are begging to get on any channel, don't have enough shame about themselves to to act like this in public, in a public forum, and to have literally the entire every character that is around these people to be just as broken and twisted as they are. Like, everyone around there is just the same, very similar.
Did you see the Enchanted Life Pass video that he did? It's only a short clip. And it shows Candace more or less passed out. And there's Don that looks like he's got blood on his trousers. And they kept closing the clip on it, and it looks like Candace has got damage to her wrist and she's got blood on her trousers and looked passed out, but then she opened her eyes while Benny was reading a statement or something. And Enchanted Life Pass was saying that somebody needed to do like a welfare check on her or something. Because at first they thought she was wearing a bracelet. When she turned her wrist round, it looked like there'd been some damage done to her wrist.
When was this?
I watched it today, so it's one of his recent ones, and it's only very short.
Was it a recent video?
Disturbing. Yeah, a recent one.
Not that Enchanted did, but was this recent of Don and Candace?
It came across it was a recent one because Benny had read out a statement with it coming up to Summer's birthday.
I think that's the one of Benny reading, and they call it the Don toilet video. Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah. And Candace.
That's the one where he was wearing the sunglasses.
Yeah, wearing his sunglasses, yeah.
Yeah. And Candace looks to be in pain or like she's crying, right?
She just looked more or less passed out, but
yeah, like
I mean, he only showed the short clip, so I didn't see like the full one from Benny's channel because I won't go over there. I cannot watch him.
If you'll notice, Candace has a cigarette in her hand, and she's got a big burn mark on her shirt, a big hole in her shirt. If we're talking about the same one. Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, the Quinto. Yeah. She's passed out with a burn hole. That's exactly right. And ICU, I believe that's right as well. IV drug use. I just think that, if what Cher is saying to be true, that if Don and Candace, she said something to the effect of, Don was working 7 days a week and, the kids was dragging him down pretty much, right? It's something similar to that effect.
I think whatever shook her. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's so weird because I feel like I'm cutting you off and I don't mean to. I'm
you're
very
fine.
sorry.
There's a delay and you don't know when somebody's going to talk. It's just go ahead. You're fine.
I feel like that it's
Lori, or not Lori, Tina. Well, she dropped off.
I think we lost Kim.
Yeah.
No.
Let's see here. Hey, Patricia. Let me drop the link again, Kim. She must have slid on the ice with her, whatchamacallit,
Her pools.
a little floaty raft thingy or
Inflatable
something.
pools.
Her rubber ducky.
Catch her before she goes down the hill.
Yeah.
God, that's so silly.
So funny.
Imagine.
Come on up, Kim.
So we're going in for the Olympics next.
Yes. I'm going to tell you something. If something weird and bizarre is going to happen, it's going to happen to Kim. It's herself. I get myself in the same predicaments, like similar, but it's going to be Kim. She's so funny about it, too. You coming up, Kim? Click the link, sister. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But, you know, they was talking about how, you know, they wanted to better their relationships, Don and Candace. What Cher was saying, like they were meaning, you know, living the good life, right? Without kids. The kids, which to me, I can't imagine living my life without my kids.
You don't have a life if you haven't got your kids.
That's the way I feel. But, you know, some of these people, I just don't understand. It's so late for you. It's 5 a.m. here and in the hospital. Oh, Hopi, I'm sorry. I hope everything goes good at the hospital. Bless you, dear. But, you know, I feel like they just wanted to sit around and do drugs all day, and that's what mattered to them, and that's why they wanted rid of the kids.
Right.
And tell me if someone knows this, because I've been really looking about the car. Everybody, listen to this. Kim in Dallas, last seen rafting down a Dallas road in neighborhood snow. That is.
Good one, Cleone.
Okay, Tabitha. I'll be looking forward to it. So, how did we know Don and Candace bought the car, right? They bought the car. They had a bank note on it, right?
What I'm correct, yeah, what I know as to be
Okay.
correct.
And it is allegedly paid off.
I
Correct?
heard that, but then I also heard what you're gonna say, I think, next.
What was that, Lori?
I heard that they had a bank note and that it was paid off, but then a couple weeks or a couple months after that, I heard they got it repossessed.
Okay.
But now we're seeing a car show up again. So that's all I know about that.
Yes. I watched one video that a YouTuber had done. And they was talking about how they checked they had the license number, I believe it was, and they checked that the Subaru had been paid off, right? So someone just put in chat that they sold property. I mean, did they get enough money to pay for the car?
Was that part of the 50,000 that they got?
Is that how much they supposedly got?
Well, Don had a payment of 50,000. I thought it was some kind of loan or something.
Yeah. Is that the property that was it Don and it was Don and Candace that sold the property that was Jody Sue was mad about, right? Or no, it wasn't. It was someone else, wasn't it?
Was it the
That I don't
property
know.
that other Don thought he was entitled to?
Okay.
Because Don Wells had mentioned that he wouldn't put it past that other Don doing something because he apparently was like pissed that they'd got the property and it hadn't gone to the other relative. The one that is
Calamity,
his girlfriend.
I agree with you. If you pay your car off, you can buy a bathroom door, especially easy to install if construction history, and a mattress for your child for less than $200 all day on Amazon. Ship it right to you. Facts.
That is a damn good point.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No, for a minute I was like, did they sell Summer? To pay off their car and everything, but the more you hear about this case, the more confused I think
I don't
we all
know.
become.
He says that he made good money. I mean, he's around from what Dudley says he was getting paid. I'm thinking, $2,300 every 2 weeks. So
Right.
Don's got to be making at least $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mortgage. There's hardly any what do you call it? There's hardly any maintenance. I mean, the grass that they have there, they do it. The other stuff around is just overgrowth.
Yeah.
Utilities. I mean, utilities they barely have water. They have like the electricity like hanging by the ropes kind of thing on the outside. The taxes can't be that expensive per year.
Nope, it's very cheap.
Where's all this money going for? It's not
Going
going
on
to
the
the
89-cent pizzas.
Yes.
And
that's
now they
all
need
the kids ate.
50,000. Where's that $50,000 going? What do they need that for?
I wonder if they charge Grandis rent. It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't even buy Summer an actual bed and put her in a room that is kid-friendly. Her room haunts me. Can you imagine being a little child and trying to sleep down there?
It's no wonder she loved being outside.
Yes. And how unhealthy that basement had to be. Hey, Kim. Here's my mouse again, going crazy.
Hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to press the wrong button.
We thought you'd gone off sledging.
No, but when I accidentally pressed done, I always press the done button. I don't know why, but I ran outside and took a picture of my car. The way my neighbors put this damn raft on there, I'm saving it forever. I sent it to Justin.
Look at it.
You're gonna laugh your butt off. We all need a laugh, so there you go.
Show us.
Can I
Share
show
with
him?
the class.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't make this shit up.
And it's tie-dye.
That's the only thing I loved. I was like, hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
It works.
Don't it look pretty?
Yeah.
That
You'll have
is unbelievable. I'm almost really embarrassed. Who's gonna ride down my street and be like, "We're from Wisconsin, and these bitches put rafts on their car"? I'm mortified. I don't even know. But I don't want to hurt their feelings and take off.
That's hilarious. Is it just icing there, or is it snowing?
Honey, there's not a snowflake. 100 miles from us, and it's just ice. It's just a little bit and sleet and just mostly rain. That's why I feel like, shit, oh my God, this thing is like turning over and everything. Oh God, I can't.
Oh, it's
Just let them have their
nighttime.
fun.
You should have put a blankie on it and give it a pillow, then the car can go bubbles.
Oh God, I wish I could just make this stuff up, but I just can't.
No.
Oh, man. I don't even know what we were talking about. Can you remind me?
We're talking about
The
summer, but
car and money.
yeah, something about the car, I think it was.
Well, if they can afford a Subaru, they can damn sure afford a mattress. What do you say?
That's exactly right.
Amen.
I mean, I don't know what was on that mattress, if it was just filth or if it was mold.
Or lots of threesome juice. Let's be serious. That's nasty. God, I can't stand it to even think how that baby slept on that.
I know.
They could afford to get a diary so they could write down the kids' birthdays in it as well.
Well, damn, they have so many dollar stores, didn't they say? $1, a calendar is $1.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, it's simple things like that, that poor Marissa says, that's all you can hear is that, all you see is dollar stores. Well, why in the hell didn't they buy a calendar?
The sad thing is, how many more children live like this?
There's many. And I think that's what I'd say to the Wells if I ever spoke to them, is just how? Why? Well, Summer's missing, okay? They're never going to tell you that she's X, Y, and Z, or we did this to her. I never feel like they're just going to openly admit that. But I'd ask them some real, just simple questions. Like, why didn't you have a calendar? Why didn't you go to the $5 store and buy you a bed sheet? Why, if you made $5,000 a month that you loved your daughter so much, you let her sleep in filth? And why in the hell, when your wife was home all day, she didn't clean up the 4 rooms in your house? Hell, the woman's skilled. She could help add on to the house with her children.
Yeah.
But when I look at that house, my mind goes another way. Because when somebody's house looks like that, it's usually a lot of pain and depression. What the hell was she experiencing? Why didn't she have that instinct to do right for her children? Did she really not want them?
I just think drugs are more important to them. I always feel like if something is a priority in life, you make it a priority. If you have to, prioritize things in life, right?
Right. And when you have children,
Number
that's
one.
your number one priority.
Yes.
It's not yourself.
Well, that's out
It's
the
your
window.
children.
Yeah.
It's your children. And that's where they're failing.
Yes. And that's exactly right, Calamity. My kids are almost grown, but have mattress pads that are plush but waterproof. I can't think of the commercials that your mattress doubles in weight from the mites and skin, but nice ones were only $20. Yes, I buy that I have them on my bed as well. It's like a plastic kind of thing, but it also has like a pad, like a built-in pad and stuff. And like I even strip my sheets, like I strip my bed rather, and I run the vacuum over it. And then I spray it with Lysol, like the aerosol stuff, because I think of even the this dust mites and skin mites and stuff, because we lose so much. Yeah.
This makes me itch.
Yeah.
Ugh. The itchy and scratchy show.
These
Right.
Robin was a dental hygienist, and look at Summer's teeth.
And I believe in God, and I do. I swear, I pray every single day for everyone I know. But for Robin to know this family, to be there, why didn't Robin lend a hand? I know we can't change the world, guys, but we can do it one person at a time.
Yeah.
And her person should have been Candace, to give her self-worth, to give her hope, to give her whatever she was missing that Grandis never fucking knew herself. Excuse my language, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But Robin, when you believe in God and you have a good heart, you reach for people that need it. This family needed. Look at that child. She couldn't even sit in a pew. She wanted Robin. Hello, Robin. What are you missing here? And you sit, and when she talked to Chris McDonough, she just sits there so nice. So, well, we just love her so much. You had to have known that something was wrong. You missed something, Robin.
At the very minimum, that they wasn't being taken care of the way they should have been.
And I want to know why that she didn't at least try to help them and give it 100%. And if she couldn't have helped that situation to move it in the right direction, then why didn't she ever pick that phone up and call CPS as many times as she could? Hell, for all we know, it could have been Robin or the church or Allie or anyone who called CPS, which is why they were under investigation in the first place. Yes. But that little girl, Robin has a little girl that possibly could be Summer's age. Why didn't you invite Summer over the weekend? Why didn't you say, well, I'll take her and I'll take her to Sabbath and I'll just take her and I'll bring her back on Sunday night? Why didn't you remove the child and help? Call protective services as that baby is in your home. Show them what she looks like. When you see something, say something. And I just feel like Robin might hold some guilt in her heart because maybe she could have done a little more. Not saying she could save the world, but she could have done a little more. She could have done a little more.
Yeah, I mean, we can, we can't save the world, but we can help uplift the people in our vicinity around us.
Correct.
And let them know, that there's always room for improvement for all of us, right? And to hopefully lift up Candace, to make her feel actually like a woman.
Right.
Because Candace has never felt like a woman.
She's never felt like a woman.
Go and
you
start
know
singing
what?
Shania Twain.
Yeah.
She has the potential, just like every woman in the world can be the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yes.
And they don't even have to put on makeup. But Candace doesn't feel beautiful in her heart.
Yes.
Which means looking at her, she doesn't feel beautiful. No one's there to help her. What the hell did you do, Grandis, to make
Grandis, I have a photo of her. And when I saw her, I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I literally thought it was a man for a moment. and I
Correct.
had to do a double check. She wears men's jeans, men's button-up shirts, and Candace wears the baggiest jeans, men's,
Yeah.
and nothing feminine. Nothing
And
feminine at all. And I think because probably they were raised so rough that femininity is a sign of weakness for them,
mhm.
and it has nothing to do with weakness. It's actually empowerment, you know. Excuse me.
And I am definitely not a sympathizer at all whatsoever. But I also I try to look at things on both sides of the fence.
Mhm.
And I am not a sympathizer. But I also, when I look at Candace, I see some deep, deep, deep hurt. I see some deep,
Absolutely.
deep, deep pain. And yes, when you look at her in them baggy jeans and just looking like that's just a man on a construction site.
Yes.
And she had no hope. There was no hope for her. And I just felt like, you know, what's the need of giving a shit about myself? This is where I live. This is the husband I have. Obviously, Donald was never a good husband, a faithful husband. He hid behind the church doors, in my opinion. She and they never lived a normal life ever. Well, who does? Whatever normal is to you, I'll say.
Mhm.
But that's where I sit on the fence, because when you walk into somebody's house and it looks like that and you are in construction, I'd want to fix my house for my children before I'd ever go to a brand new home
Mhm.
and make it beautiful.
The
Because,
and the thing
you
about it
know,
is it doesn't have to be beautiful. Nothing has to be beautiful. It just needs to be clean. You know what I mean? And you
right.
can make to me, clean is beautiful. You know, clean is beautiful to me. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be my style or anything like that, but cleanliness is part of health. It's
Hmm.
a big part of your health. Your environment around you is a big part of your health. The air you breathe, the chemicals that are around you and stuff. So,
Listen, I've seen chat getting very upset with me about, I don't know if Robin didn't go to TBI or if Robin didn't ask for her to go spend the night. We don't know. I don't know.
mhm,
But what she comes off as is that she was someone very prominent in Summer's life.
mhm.
And if that's the case, I see Robin standing next to Candace. I see Robin going to the house. I see Robin standing with her side by side.
Yeah.
I see Robin supporting Candace. I
Yeah.
don't see Robin telling Chris McDonough, I want to know where Summer is. I don't know, but she's not going to tell everything, but there would be a different way. Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
It's the pug bulldog standoff. Stop it, pug.
Um, no, Marie, I hear you, and absolutely all points are absolutely welcome here. Um, but the house was torn apart several times. It was. But regardless, in my opinion, yeah, I could be completely wrong, but in my opinion, as far as the cleanliness and everything, it was never there. It was never made a priority because you could tell in the photos prior to Summer going missing the way that they kept themselves. Um, the area around them, the outside, it was not taken care of. I grew up poor. We had yes, and that's true, Hopi. Yes. She was a dental hygienist, and when there is a problem, um, they're mandated to call the authorities. But I just personally believe that whether the house was torn up or not, that regardless, it was still filth. And I can probably bet that it's still probably not. Go.
Well, if anybody goes to a therapist or anything, if they've got depression or whatever, they always say, like, to clear your mind, and it's like you do a declutter of the house, make your environment better so that you're not looking around at everything. Even if you're a crafter, put that in another room, not in your bedroom. You need air, you need space. And once you clear your house, clear head. I mean, that is one of the main things they focus on.
Yes. I don't know. I just think it was probably the environment that Candace grew up. I don't really know how Dawn grew up, but just 1 second, please.
Well, we know he grew up messing with his sisters, allegedly.
Okay. Just the before Summer went missing, just the way that yeah, Ashley, I mean, everyone has a small role to play in it. I agree. But you could just tell that the kids were in the pictures. Their clothes were always dirty. They didn't fit right. They were barefooted and everything. And I mean, I played barefoot as a kid. I mean, you know what I mean? But there's there's always those kids in school who don't have as much. Do you know what I mean? And or it's not that they don't have as much, it's just that they don't take care. It's not the kids' fault. Their parents just seem to not make them a priority. Yes, Cassie, he was a juvie in prison. And I think Don is, I don't know if he just feels like that's a sign of toughness, saying that he's been to prison and everything. But I don't think he definitely wants to go back. Totally shocked.
Everyone in Tennessee is a mandated reporter under state law. Any person with reasonable cause to believe a child is being abused or neglected must, under the law, Immediately report to the Tennessee Department of Children's Services or to local law enforcement. That could have been Jody Sue. That could have been the person at the grocery store.
And Summer went missing before she started school, before anything could actually be picked up on.
Yes.
Does anybody think that, or is it just...
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said it seems strange as well that Summer disappeared just before she was due to go to school.
Oh, absolutely.
When people may have picked up on things.
Absolutely.
And bless her, if she is gone, then now there's going to be no evidence of anything really that has happened to her.
Listen, I don't have a problem with Robin. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Who was it that was saying that? I don't know who was saying that, but all opinions are always welcome here. Opinions I agree with and opinions I disagree with, as long as it is respectful. Everyone is allowed to have a different of opinion. And mature people generally are okay with differing opinions. It doesn't mean anyone has to, it's not about proving right. It's about having a discussion and understanding other people's points. It's just about having a discussion and talking about differing opinions. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Don had to pose for a photo. Why? Yeah, that was an interesting. The one of the last photos of Summer. As sick as this is to say, Don and Summer just got out of the shower. And Summer is like, she looks tired, or she looks just like, Don's got her picked up, I believe, and he's just holding her tightly, and he's just got his head like this. And he said he was posing for that photo. And that was, I believe, the last photo of the two. Is that supposed to be I'm going to miss you photo? What do you guys think? Do you guys know the photo I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I know the photo in the car, but I'm not too sure. I think I've got a couple in my mind that I don't remember that photo. Do you have it to pull it up, Justin?
See if I can find it.
And trust me, I don't think that Robin's done anything wrong or didn't want to try to help Summer. I just feel like, I don't know, if we were all in the scenario, say we were all had different parts of the story and each one of us was different characters and we were fixing to go on, Sunday night movies on TV. What would Robin's part be? You know what I'm saying? It's not. I completely lost my train of thought because it's so much.
I think at the moment, all we've got to go on is opinions and theories as well, until anybody actually knows what's happened. If we do ever find out,
that's why it's so frustrating.
The avenue.
That's why this is so frustrating, because we don't have a physical thing of evidence.
And I sit there and think, how Casey Anthony put that baby so close to her house and they still couldn't find her. Could Summer be that close to the house? Or not there at all? It's just so many different avenues that you can go down, and each character in the story you kind of want to hone in on and try to figure it out that way. But I don't know. It just confuses the hell out of me.
I think what upset a lot of people as well. I mean, I know like Robin's a giggly, happy, go lucky kind of person. But when you're talking about somebody missing, a child missing, and when she was on the different news reports, when you've got somebody there all smiley and giggly, and if you're watching that as a mother, then you're thinking, what have they got to smile about? This is serious. But then a lot of people like that with nerves as well. And if she's that kind of person, but I know that that's upset a lot of people as well, seeing it like that.
I can't find it, but that's the back. Oh shit! If I can show it here, that's the back door of the house. That to me, listen, I was raised poor. Our stuff wasn't nice either, but it wasn't dirty. It just doesn't look like a place that
I'd be putting bubble wrap around the railings and bubble wrap on the step, with my kid when they were younger. So like, don't hurt yourself, watch yourself going down that step.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from the South, right, where we consider it the South. My grandmother, I was raised by my grandmother. She would take like lye and she would mix it in water and she would make even a paint out of it. So listen, I know what poor is, but it's just sad to me. It's just very sad.
So how is everybody going to mark Summer's birthday?
I don't know. I think we're going to do a thing for. Uh-oh, somebody fell off. Who has the pic? Share. I think Share showed the pic.
Okay.
Yes, 2 Bostons. You can be poor and not neglectful. Absolutely.
Correct.
And you can be poor and have just as much love as anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Love costs nothing.
That's right.
That's the most beautiful thing about love. It's free and it's the best thing we can give and get.
Yep, the best feeling in the world.
Yes.
And the love of a child is
Yeah. And the it's the closest thing what I consider to God's love, is the love of a child.
Lori, you can't talk, can you? Lori, can you talk?
She said I lost the sound.
Yes, she has to go out and come back in. I bet her phone rang. Yep, she'll have to come back in.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. I mean, I've been down there. I've literally walked the road and I don't see how anyone came up on the hill, grabbed Summer while 3 little boys are up there. Summer's grandmother, and Summer's mother.
And all the dogs.
And all the dogs.
Mm.
And happening in 2 minutes. And, there's there's a road that goes all the way around that hill. And some parts of the hill, it's closer to the house, and some parts of the hill, it's even further. Search areas where they searched. She could have walked off. But I feel like Summer in my heart wouldn't do that. Because I feel like kids like that who have to raise themselves a little bit to an extent. They're a little bit more mature than they know the rules. You know what I mean? And I feel like they can be a little bit more mature than what the average kid is. Dawn says they knew not to go, down that hill off the driveway. The other Dawn, Big Dawn, says those kids was playing in the road all the time. They thought they owned the area. So I don't understand why anyone would come and steal a kid when 3 kids was there all day, allegedly, without anything, without anybody, without any adult being there. And suddenly when the adults show up, that's when Summer goes missing. My opinion is she didn't walk off. I mean, I actually think someone would more likely go get her before she would walk off, in my opinion. But I still don't even think that happened. It's Dawn or Candace or someone around there.
Yeah. I mean, even TBI have said that, nobody went up there and abducted her. And then you've got Chris McDonough saying that things that are being said are lies and you can tell deception. And then you've got Reverend Donna. And I mean, in her readings on is it Laurie Vallow case, is it? Or Laurie Daybell? Everything that she came up with was like step by step by step accurate. And it's just there's far too many things saying that something suspicious happened.
Yes.
And that includes the parents' behaviour and how they're behaving now. So it's no wonder people are saying that's what they believe.
Yes.
We just want that precious baby found.
Yes.
That was one of my very first theories, was about the tree cutters.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about them, being there at the property, looking over the property, watching these kids with no supervision, being able to run wherever they wanted to run. And I thought, well, gosh, what if they were up in the trees and some sicko is up there watching?
Mm-hmm.
Well, could he have watched for days and then come back? But how could you convince that little girl to come down that hill if she didn't know you? I don't think, from seeing Summer in her videos, I don't think she would have just walked down the hill and went with anyone. You know what I mean?
I think she would have probably went with anyone.
You think
Actually,
so?
yeah, I do, because I think anybody that would show that little girl any type of attention.
Yeah, I see where you're
Mm.
coming from. I do see where you're coming from. Or could she been offered something, and
Candy.
said, candy, and I think about that. Candy.
Candy,
They
or if
gave
they
her
were holding one
candy.
of the
And
puppies.
that was, yes, isn't that what Candace said? She's emphasized that numerous times. Mom wanted to give her candy. She wanted candy. Wait, does that mean something more? You know how the truth is always there. You just got to figure it out. It's like Swiss
Absolutely.
cheese. You got to fill in the holes.
Mm-hmm.
But when they went shopping with the boys, Summer was never allowed to have candy. And now all of a sudden it's, oh, well, Summer wanted candy. We gave Summer candy.
Well, and also, I mean, even if a neighbor got her, she knows the neighbors.
Yeah.
The kids
Anyone
know
that
the
the parents
neighbors.
have talked to, she'll think is safe.
Yeah. And they're all a bunch of sickos. And God knows who Candace and Dawn had up there at times.
Yeah, all
I
those
mean,
people passing in and out of there with a 14 caravan just up there. They all went down there. God only knows. I'm afraid to date again just because I have two little ones. And
yeah.
you just don't know who a person is. You get.
You bring them on here and we'll interrogate them for you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lizzie. Hey, Graham's Life. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good.
Hey, do you know if she might have been autistic at all?
That question has been asked. Robin, she is in, I would consider the medical field. She's a dental hygienist and stuff. And the doctors, to our knowledge, never diagnosed her with that. I'm certainly not a person that can diagnose or say that she was. And Robin seemed to never say that she thought that she was autistic or.
We didn't notice it with my grandson till he was like almost 3. But if they weren't in tune with their kids, I mean, my grandson's 5. He is fearless, but he won't go to random people. He will not. He does not trust people.
Sure.
They are in their own element. They don't like anybody that they don't know even close to them. It scares them.
Sure. Yes.
You got to remember too that people with autism are different, just like people are different.
Agree.
So what you might see in one autistic child, you may not in another. That's
Agree.
what I have an autistic son, and we were lucky enough to get it found early, and he went to therapy at 2. He was completely nonverbal. Now he's verbal in regular classes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but then there's some that never develop speech.
Right.
So she might have been maybe somewhere on the spectrum or an ADD, but as far as just seeing her from videos, there to me was nothing showing that she had any of the quirks or any of the deficiencies that I saw within my son and many others that I was around.
Well, people say she was really underweight. My grandson is, just because of the autism. He doesn't like a lot of foods. He's very, very picky. We've had a hard time getting him to try different things, and it's working now, but he went through a period where he wouldn't hardly eat anything. And if they're just not giving her anything, and then when they do, she eats it even if she didn't like it. I don't know. I feel so awful because my grandson's 5.
What is this? Karen's family lawyer is also. Investigators have been placed. I don't know what that is. Okay. Candace never talked about Summer having interactions with other little girls. I wonder how she got. She had her little friend over. We looked at that picture, I don't know, a few lives ago, and it was. I mean, truthfully, I can't imagine a lot of other parents allowing their kids over there,
Yeah.
unsupervised, just because of the atmosphere and the parents. So I think it would have to be, in my opinion, someone that would be similar and comfortable, like similar in maybe parenting as Don and Candace, to allow their kids over.
Yeah, we grew up with a family that was really bad that way, and just the cleanliness. We never got to go over there. Like, never. They got to come over to our place. We were really good friends with them, but we didn't ever go over to their house.
Yeah. Yeah, Murray, I don't think, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, Robin, to me,
I
Robin
agree.
would never give drugs to Summer or anything like that. I think I don't see any factual of anything in that. I'm gonna check my email. Somebody said check it.
It's just uncanny how many of these things are going on right now. I don't want to know the mindset of people that do this, but it's unbelievable.
And it's crazy how many parents are at their hands of it. I mean, you got Montgomery, Oakley. There's just so many parents. Like, I'm pretty sure the Cali boys, the foster parents, all these parents that ended up hurting their children. So when you do have a missing child go missing, it's like now our minds are automatically like the parents, which sucks because, like, Xavier, it wasn't his mom, but I'm almost sure it was who his mom was hanging out with. She too wasn't living like a steady life. Like, she had met in the house. The ex-boyfriend was a pedophile. And he wound up 3 months later. They found his body when they went to Floyd Field. 11 years old kid. I mean, it's.
Well, that's why I told my daughter, I says, if you meet anybody, I have to approve of it, because everything that's going on, this dude better be nice to my grandkids like I am, because otherwise, it's just like, it's scary.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have someone come in your home and in your life, and you don't really know them until you know them. You know what I mean? And you don't want to also get your kids attached when they're, for instance, nice in the beginning, and then they turn into a complete psycho.
Well, even anymore, it's family. It's like the guy my dad stuck me with, spiritual husband, in the FLDS thing. He went to prison because it was two different incidents with his granddaughters, and he didn't spend any time in the first one, and on the second one 3 lousy years, and he's 89 now.
Wow.
And it's scary. You can't trust anybody.
Yeah. So the Memphis Police Department, they did tweet about Kennedy Hoyle, and she has still not been located. However, they did say evidence suggests that she is deceased. The little 2-day-old baby.
Oh my gosh.
The search will continue to recover her remains.
How do you have a heart to do anything like that?
They don't.
You just don't. You don't have a soul. You don't have a conscience. 2 days old.
Well, there's a special place waiting for them when they leave this earth.
Yes.
It's getting more. It's so scary to even raise children nowadays.
It is.
Pepper for Truth, thank you so much for your cash out. That's very kind. I certainly do appreciate it. Thank you.
I think it's important people spread the word on this stuff. I've been stepping away from all the drama. It's just too much. It's the hate that's going on in the community of YouTube. I stepped away, so I am not even going to watch anything unless it's to this.
Yeah, that's me too.
I mean, people, I get we all get passionate about our beliefs, but and our theories, but we have to remember they're just our beliefs and our theories.
Yep.
They're ours. And it's okay for others to have theirs because A, I'm not a judge, and B, I probably won't be the jury on any of these these cases right here. So, the only way we learn is if we are willing to be open to new theories.
Yeah.
But if we're closed-minded, not willing to learn, not willing to be open and understand other their logic to why they believe, then we're just closed off.
Yep.
We're not going to learn anything in life. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean they're right. It just means it's their theory. We're adults. I mean, I think we would expect better out of our children.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we expect better out of us as teaching our children? So.
Yeah, and if people be more kinder to each other, I think there'd be more success in what people want to be doing.
Absolutely. I have no desire, whether I agree with them or not on other channels, to sit and bash another creator.
Yep.
It's just not something that gives me joy to bash someone to hell for 8 hours. It just doesn't do it for me.
It totally leaves me a sick feeling. That's why I'm like, I'm just going to step away for a few days because it just leaves a sick feeling.
Of course, it brings you as a person down. It brings the chat down, and then the chat feels uncomfortable because they may like the other creator, but and they may like you, but yet me being, um, a member of the community when I'm in other people's chats and someone's bashing this person, but I may think they're decent people. You kind of feel like a child in a divorce. You know what I mean? And you feel like, oh my God, who do I got to choose, mom or dad? It's kind of the way it feels. Um,
Justin
yeah.
Lindsay's asking in the chat, are you open to hearing different opinions on your channel?
Of course, I'm open to hear. That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean,
Yep.
absolutely. I mean,
I think it's great that we can learn from each other.
of
Agreed.
course.
And
Absolutely. I mean, they're just opinions.
Yeah, it's the only way to grow.
Exactly. Exactly.
and we really only know about 4 facts out of the Summer Wells case, We only know just a few facts,
Yes.
and that's it.
And truthfully, we don't even know if the police know anything much more. I mean, I know they know more than we do, but
Correct. Yeah.
they may not still have a clue where Summer is. Or they may just be buying their time
Mhm.
and building a case.
Or everybody's just corrupt.
That could be it. I mean,
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
it's possible.
I've heard many times that there was a child found on Lawson's property in a shed.
Yeah.
Lawson's
I don't know.
brother.
It was Lawson's brother.
Yes.
Okay. You just never know who you're dealing with.
You don't? Yes. Lindsay, we are absolutely open to everything here. Um, and don't even believe what I say. Research. You know what I mean? Because each creator is, I mean, obviously we're giving you some facts, but we're also giving you our opinion on a lot of things. Um, we're all searching for Summer. And everybody has different experiences. We all grew up differently.
Mm-hmm.
And, we all find a way to find the logic, based upon our experiences of, of this case, of our own logic, how we grew up. So, we grew up in different parts of the country. Like some things, um, Chris would say, or some of the or the behavior analyst up there and stuff. I would feel like me being, someone that's from Appalachia, Don would say certain things, and they would say, "Nope, that's not right. That's not right." And for me, I mean, that's how we said things in Appalachia. You know what I mean? And it was just the way we talked here. It did, to me, certain things that they would point out, I would be like, well, that's nothing because that's everybody says that here. But to me, they probably grew up in a different part of the country or had a different experience than someone growing up in, the Appalachia area. So, yeah, I don't know. Some things I think they read a little bit too much into, you know, and some things I think they're dead on.
But where did the disconnect happen with people just focusing on what you were doing instead of putting so much hate? Where did that disconnect come in?
I think it's just like based in our country. It's I'm right and you're not.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I don't deal with it well because I don't understand why people have so much hate in life.
Hmm. Well, I think it's ego. I think it's nothing more than ego.
Good point.
We just let our ego get in the way. And ego means, the acronym is edging God out. That's what I always say.
I didn't think of that.
And, it's. I just want this to be done with, and I know everybody else does. But
Yep.
And I think that when we get the answers, what we're looking for, I think it's going to be very, very simple. I think it's going to be bingo, bango, bango, and that is exactly how it happened. And if she's gone, I don't think she's far from her home. But at all this, that it's bigger than this, gosh, we could go down every rabbit hole there is in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so
I feel
scary. I always just see her face and I think, God, I pray to God you're alive, but God, I don't want you hurt. I don't want you to have to go through everyday trauma. It's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was that couple here in Utah that it was a Peterson dude, I think. I could be wrong. Susan somebody, and she disappeared. And then he took the boys. CPS took them from him, and then he got visiting, and then he ended up killing them himself too. And they never found her body. I don't remember the name. It's why?
Sorry, I was just reading this comment. I have a question, guys. On your birth certificate, does it tell you what time you were born?
I don't know.
Anybody?
In the UK,
I don't think
generally
Oh,
not.
so.
Susan Powell. Oh my God.
Yes, that one. Thank you.
I should have known that. That case bothers me. It's one of
Yep.
the cases that bothers me more than any case I've ever came
Yeah,
across.
that was very, very, it was traumatic to the viewer. Oh, terrible.
That
Me just
social
watching it.
worker.
I'm sure she thinks about this every
The other
day.
case that was
Well,
hard was those children left in the building with their
whoever was
deceased relative.
whoever was the judge that gave him visiting rights,
Yep.
that's who I question. In my opinion, yes, it was in the desert. Um, Pam, you said it does. See, my birth certificate does not tell my time of birth, and I'm frustrated about that because every time I go to do like a life chart, which I don't even believe in them, but it frustrates me. It wants the exact time, so I have to leave at midnight. They always say just leave it or noon. I don't know if it's noon or midnight, but it's like.
I'm going to look at mine tomorrow if I remember. And I also have my granddaughters, so I'm going to look. I was there for my granddaughter, but I don't remember.
Well, I mean,
So
my
I may be
kid.
wrong about the UK ones, because mine was just an adoption certificate, so I've only got the small certificate, not the full one.
3:05 a.m. Angel. I have no idea what time I was born. I was born in West
while my
Virginia.
mom was watching General Hospital.
That was my mom's favorite. Was that? And she only lived 29 years, so it was way back. It's funny.
Oh wow, that's sad.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to call it a night. I've been on here 3 hours almost, so.
Yeah, me too. My granddaughter's having a hard time going to bed. I'm home as she can now, so I stayed up with her.
Oh.
Well,
Okay,
y'all have a good night.
you too. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Thanks,
Alrighty.
Justin.
Thank you guys
Thanks,
for being
Christine.
here. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the
I'm going to take a nighttime
donations.
course in lip reading now.
Yes, yes. And thank you guys for coming up on panel, comments, everything. God bless each and every one of you guys. And let's pray it's a day closer to finding Summer and a day closer to justice for all of these victims and hopefully a better day for humanity. Take care. Good night, guys. God bless you.